WWE replaces Brock Lesnar with LA Knight in the Then, Now, Forever Together show intro, a possible sign that WWE is looking to distance themselves from Brock Lesnar amid the allegations made against him in the Vince McMahon lawsuit. Plenty of details on that. Plus, what is the plan involving Triple H and The Rock on WWE television? Is there any chance that Triple H could once again wrestle inside the squared circle against the Great One? Details on that. Plus, Seth Rollins has slammed the fragile CM Punk. His words, not mine. Jade Cargill was recently in a Mountain Dew Super Bowl advert. We'll let you know WWE's reaction to that. A serious health update on former WWE superstar Maurice, and Sol Ruca returns to the ring after recovering from injury. Hey guys, welcome back to Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. As always, there are plenty of news stories to get into in the world of professional wrestling. Let's start off talking about Brock Lesnar, as WWE is now seemingly looking to distance themselves from the former WWE Universal Champion. Now, WWE has replaced Brock Lesnar in the official Then, Now, Forever Together intro video that airs before every WWE broadcast. On January 25, a lawsuit was filed hitting Vince McMahon with allegations of sexual trafficking, abuse, and more. Throughout the lawsuit, there were also several unnamed parties, including one who was referred to as, quote, WWE superstar, end quote, who was involved in the alleged situation. WWE Superstar was described as someone who was a former UFC heavyweight champion and was negotiating with WWE at the time that the alleged events occurred. While it's very important to express that Brock Lesnar was at no point named in the lawsuit explicitly, the Wall Street Journal reported that the person being referred to as WWE Superstar was indeed Lesnar. This reportedly led to WWE pulling Lesnar from creative plans, including the Royal Rumble match on January 27 and WrestleMania at the beginning of April of this year. Now, as you can see in the screen grab here on the screen, you can see the side-by-side comparison. WWE has removed a brief shot of Lesnar from its intro video and replaced it with one of LA Knight. This was actually done as far back as the January 30 episode of NXT. On February 6th, the official gameplay trailer of the WWE 2K24 video game was released and showed a new version of the cover for the 40 Years of WrestleMania edition, with Lesnar removed after having featured on the original. It's unknown if he'll be removed from the video game entirely, but it's been reported that attempts have been made to see if Lesnar and Vince McMahon can be removed. As of this recording on February 10, Lesnar is still listed as a current superstar on WWE.com's official roster page. Vince McMahon's profile on the same page was removed from public viewing on January 26. Of course, if we get any more details on this, we'll let you know. But what are your thoughts on Brock Lesnar being removed from the official Then, Now, Forever Together show intro? Is that just yet another sign of how seriously WWE and TKO are taking these allegations against not only Lesnar but also Vince McMahon? And is it an inclination that possibly Brock Lesnar may never be back inside of a WWE ring? Now, a bit of an update when it comes to Triple H and The Rock, because especially what happened last night on SmackDown with Triple H's promo where he took several shots at the Great One, many were wondering, is there any chance we're going to be getting an Attitude Era rematch between The Rock and Triple H in the future? Well, an update has emerged on the possibility of Triple H returning to the ring for a match against The Rock following recent teases. Now, Triple H and The Rock shared a backstage segment at the WrestleMania 40 kickoff event on Thursday, with the Hollywood star telling the chief content officer of WWE to fix things following his altercation with Cody Rhodes. Appearing on the following night's edition of SmackDown, Triple H fired shots at The Rock during the show, which has fueled speculation about Triple H coming out of retirement to wrestle the People's Champion. This, though, doesn't appear to be the case, with Dave Meltzer noting the following on Wrestling Observer Radio, which was recorded actually ahead of SmackDown. He said, quote, Paul Levesque and Dwayne had their thing that they taped on YouTube of playing the little game of they want to wrestle each other at WrestleMania now, which, as best as I was told, that's not going to happen. I couldn't even imagine Levesque. He's got a pacemaker, and he's basically said there's absolutely no way. Of course, Triple H announced his wrestling retirement in March 2022 following a serious cardiac event in September 2021. He hasn't wrestled a full match since teaming with Shinsuke Nakamura to defeat Bobby Roode and Samoa Joe at a house show in Japan in June of 2019. Triple H did have a very brief street fight against Randy Orton in January of 2021, which ended in a no contest following interference from Alexa Bliss. Similarly, The Rock hasn't competed in a full bout since losing to John Cena in the main event of WrestleMania 29 all the way back in 2013. He did pin Eric Rowan in a 6-second match at WrestleMania 32 in 2016, but it wasn't really a proper match. Certainly a match that he was going to have, like against Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. So if we're saying that Triple H can't wrestle, then what does The Rock do at WrestleMania? Are we going to get this tag team match, The Rock and Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes? Are we going to get The Rock being involved in Roman Reigns' match against Cody Rhodes? What are we going to get? Let me know your thoughts, your predictions, your theories in the comment section below. Now, speaking of Seth Rollins at one point seemingly was destined to be facing off against CM Punk at WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Now, of course, that's not going to happen because Punk is injured, but it hasn't stopped Seth Rollins from taking shots at his former rival. Seth Rollins and CM Punk seem destined to clash for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40 in April. Alas, Punk sustained a torn triceps as he finished the runner-up in the Royal Rumble match, not only failing to grasp a guaranteed title shot at the show of shows, but ruled out of the event altogether. Seth Rollins addressed Punk and his own injury during an interview with Denise Salcedo, slamming his would-be title challenger as fragile. He said, quote, "One of us is a fragile old man and one of us is a young stallion," Rollins declared. "I'll be back in a couple of weeks. He'll be back in a year or two up until his next injury. I don't know. I'd love to kick the crap out of him. I'm sure he'd love to get in there and try to do something to me. It's not going to work. Am I disappointed? I'd say a little bit, only because I thought if we had an opportunity to do it, stomping his head into the mat would be best at WrestleMania. It would be best at WrestleMania in front of the biggest audience. A little bummed by that. I feel like he's talking about the greatest comeback of all time. I'll be happy to stomp out that comeback when the time comes," end quote. Now, the road to WrestleMania was declared as underway during last night's episode of SmackDown, with Royal Rumble winner Cody Rhodes' challenge to Roman Reigns made official for the show of shows. Last night similarly saw the foundations laid to determine Seth Rollins' challenger at WrestleMania, with it announced that he will face the winner of a Elimination Chamber match in Perth, Australia later this month. Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton defeated AJ Styles and Sami Zayn respectively to qualify for the match. So Rollins isn't going to be facing CM Punk, but who do you think he is going to be facing at WrestleMania? Let me know your thoughts about that in the comment section below. Now, Jade Cargill, she's still not officially on the main roster in WWE. She's not even assigned to a brand right now, but she's still already making a big impression in the world of WWE. In fact, she's already made a big impression in WWE since signing with the company in September of last year. She's made appearances on Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, finished third in the 2024 Women's Royal Rumble match, and has started appearing in commercials in the lead up to the 2024 Super Bowl. Cargill was recently seen delivering a frog splash to actress Aubrey Plaza in the Mountain Dew Super Bowl commercial, and it looks like there are big things on the horizon for the former AEW TBS champion. So much so that according to PW Insider, WWE are looking to place Cargill on the SmackDown brand in the lead up to WrestleMania 40 in Philadelphia. Whether this means she will remain on the brand post-WrestleMania remains to be seen, as the company usually holds its annual draft a few weeks later. However, the recent publicity Cargill has received from appearing in the commercial has led WWE to believe she would attract more eyes to the product if she were on SmackDown. PW Insider also reported that WWE were happy, very happy, with Cargill's performance in the commercial, claiming that it has added prestige to both Cargill and WWE itself. Now, as far as an opponent for Cargill at WrestleMania 40, there are a number of different avenues WWE could go down. She had the standoff with Bianca Belair at the Royal Rumble that had fans been dreaming of since Cargill debuted in AEW back in 2021, with that being dubbed a dream match by many fans. Cargill also eliminated Nia Jax and Naomi from the Royal Rumble match, and with Naomi recently being signed to SmackDown, that's another grudge match that could possibly be built towards for the grandest stage of them all, as could about with Liv Morgan, who was the one to eliminate Cargill from the Royal Rumble match, which prompted Cargill to say after her elimination that she will have to do her homework on Morgan as she wasn't prepared for her. So if Cargill does get signed to SmackDown, who do you think she'll face off against at WrestleMania? Do you think she'll even compete at WrestleMania? Let me know your thoughts about that as well. Now, a serious health update on former WWE superstar and the wife of The Miz, Maurice, because she has announced that she has been diagnosed with a rare pre-cancer of the ovaries. Maurice shared a long statement on social media, noting that she had seen numerous doctors about her severe abdominal dissension and swelling. She stated that after a meeting with an OBGYN this week, she underwent a procedure and a number of implants tested positive for serious borderline tumors, which she described as a very rare pre-cancer of the ovaries. Maurice revealed that she has a total hysterectomy surgery scheduled for 4 weeks' time to remove her uterus, ovaries, fallopian tubes, cervix, and omentum. It was also noted that abdominal lymph nodes will be removed for staging. The full statement can be seen on the screen right now. She said, quote, "Not all superheroes wear capes. Here's a superhero I want to take time to highlight. Her name is Theas Alabadi, OBGYN in LA. She saved my life. I couldn't be more blessed to have crossed paths in this life with this brilliant, uber-talented, patient, attentive, and genuinely caring woman. A little background on what happened. I had been suffering from severe abdominal dissension and swelling to the point where I would look 6 months pregnant. Lots of GI issues, including SIBO, multiple rounds of antibiotics, extreme fatigue, and I just wasn't feeling like wasn't feeling like myself. For the past year, my symptoms would come in flare-ups, and it progressively got worse. It became chronic. I saw countless doctors in different fields, but no diagnosis. No one could tell me what's happening. I went down an incredibly long list of testing, from colonoscopy, endoscopy, pill cam endoscopy, MRIs, ultrasound, CT scans, blood tests, just to name a few, and often would be told that it's probably hormonal and or just something my body is allergic to. I even had my entire house tested for mold. I was told to let it go, that it would just figure itself out with time, that I'm just too impatient and making myself crazy. I would just not quit on trying to figure it out. From the start, when I met Theas at her office in LA, she listened to my story, truly listened. She heard me, a doctor's quality that makes a tremendous difference, and agreed that we have to push to get to the bottom of this. She always said, no one knows your body better than you. She proposed we go in there and find out. I was ready. A week ago, I went into surgery with Dr. Theas. She performed a laparoscopy surgery for what we thought at the time was potentially endometriosis disease. She found out and removed 11 implants around my uterus, ovaries, and all connective tissues around the organs in my abdominal cavity. These were sent to pathology for testing. 3 days later, the labs came back, no endometriosis. All 11 implants came back as serious borderline tumors, a very rare pre-cancer of the ovaries, very sneaky and aggressive. If those became cancer, the survival rate is less than a year. So what happens next? I'm scheduled for total hysterectomy surgery in 4 weeks. My uterus, ovaries, fallopian tubes, cervix, omentum will be removed, and we'll get abdominal lymph nodes removed for staging. I'm remaining positive and determined to beat this thing. There is only one option, and it's winning this battle. As a mum of 2 young daughters, I have to. Let's bring light to a huge women healthcare issue here. Women get so conditioned to believe that it's normal to suffer, most often in silence. Told to stop being a crybaby, that it must be hormonal imbalances, just anxiety, or just all in the head. This is not normal. This cycle has to be broken. If you get dismissed by a doctor, go and see a new one until you get the help you need. Advocacy is the key. Advocate yourself and keep pushing. Follow your instincts. Never ever underestimate your gut feelings. Thank you to the doctor and her amazing team of nurses. You guys truly make a difference for so many women. I have an angel on my shoulder protecting me. Thank you, Dad. So obviously we hope that Maurice makes a full recovery, and hopefully just by listening to her story, it can save some lives as well. Finally, an update when it comes to Sol Ruca. She's been out of action for quite some time. WWE, of course, has been bitten by the injury bug so far in 2024, with many of the company's top stars being forced onto the shelf to heal. Seth Rollins suffered a knee injury against Jinder Mahal. CM Punk injured his triceps in the Royal Rumble match. Cora Jade tore her ACL just weeks after returning to the ring. However, there is some positive injury news to report, as WWE NXT superstar Sol Ruca has made her in-ring return. The 24-year-old ruptured her ACL in April of last year, which eventually required surgery, but she recently made her return at an NXT live event in Crystal River, Florida. Ruka teamed up with Brynlee Reese for a tag team match against Jacy Jayne and Thea Hale of Chase U, which Ruka and Reese went on to lose. Before her injury, Ruka was riding a wave of momentum in NXT that saw her challenge for the NXT Women's Tag Team Championships in January 2023 alongside Alba Fire. Her springboard backflip cutter also went viral on social media for how unique it is, to which she credited her gymnastics background for being able to perform it, but her injury stopped all of that. There is no word on when Ruka could return to television, but with the Roadblock television special coming up on March 5th, WWE might be preparing Ruka for a return that could get her back to where she was before her injury. Ruka's ACL injury was the latest at the time of a long line of knee injuries that the women of NXT have been suffering from. Nikita Lyons, Wendy Chu went down with the same injury, as did Tegan Nox, given the fact that Jade has become the latest name added to the list. Many have questioned the training techniques and practices that go on at the WWE Performance Center. So there you go. That's a bit of an update on Sol Ruka. But there you go, guys. This latest update for you. Be sure to smash a like on the like button. Be sure to subscribe, bottom right-hand corner. As always, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and I'll speak for you again very, very soon.
Hey guys, thank you for watching, listening, streaming, or however you come across this video today. Be sure to click on the video on the right there to watch our next video, or click the bottom there to subscribe, or the bottom right hand corner. Thank you very much, and I'll speak to you again very soon.